Right now, but as I know, and you know, it's already live. It just likes to lie to me in that way. Hey, if you're checking this out, don't forget to look at me at twitter.com/Lore Reloaded or twitch.tv/Lore Reloaded. I'm starting at a different time, and I'm doing it kind of late on a Friday, Monday. So I guess we're going to see if anybody joins, if anyone finds this interesting. If we have a good conversation, great. If not, I can always just end the stream and pretend like it never happened. Will just be our little secret. What's going on, Seth Gilboard? I hope you're doing well today. Of course, we're going to be breaking down the Star Trek Discovery trailer and seeing what's going on. We got Benny Hooker in the house. Charles Ryan Lee, always a pleasure. Deckfish on board, glad to see you. So, for those who are watching, let me go ahead and get this out of the way. Hey, if you think that I'm just about to eviscerate Star Trek Discovery and say everything's bad about it and how it's just going down the tubes and how executives are personally going to attack you and your family, you are going to be very saddened. If you think I'm about to love Star Trek Discovery, you're going to be exceptionally saddened. I'm going to try to give it a fair shake. But if you've watched this, Interath, what's going on? If you've watched CP Lassen, always fun to see you. Ripley Riley will lick me. We'll be doing that Thursday, not Wednesday. I'll get licked by Ripley Riley. What was I saying? Oh, I don't know what the hell I was saying. Yeah, so if you think I'm going to do anything on either side, you're not going to be happy. I'm going to try to give it a fair shake, but I'll be honest with you. I'm not a huge fan of Star Trek Discovery, and so there is just a little bit of bias there. Cedric Taylor 08 says, why? Why did I take so long? Well, I wanted to just enjoy it. So, but before we get everything started, let's see if we can make some magic happen. So hold on a second. Wait for it. Hold on. This is the best part. And then we'll get into it. Hold on.
Your call has been forwarded to...
She's watching. She knows, because that should not have sent me to the voicemail just yet. She knew what I'm up to. All right. Oh, well, no Philly cheesesteak for me. Y'all ready? Let's get this started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it. All right. So I'll be going through this. Of course, if you guys have any of your own opinions, I'll try to stop and take a look at it. And we will just go from there. So the Star Trek Discovery trailer has come out, and we are going to see what they're trying to do. It is honestly a reskinned Andromeda from everything I can tell, and I was talking about this beforehand, so I called it. Is that necessarily bad? I don't know. You know, when you're thinking about it, honestly, Andromeda was Gene, from what we know and from the rumors we've heard, was Gene's attempt to really just stave off what Star Trek had become. It was honestly a kind of like an FU to where they wanted to go with it. So let's see. And hold on, we'll see if we can get some Philly cheesesteak. Let's see. Maybe she'll answer it because she thinks it's like an emergency or something. Hold on, give it a second. Ripley Riley saying, helping out the channel, saying Star Trek Discovery is bad. Most people agree with that. If it'll call, it may not call. Do it. Well, let me try one more time. Here we go. This is why you guys come. This is the spice right here. We'll give it 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. I think she hacked the system. All right, here we go. So in the first part of it, of course, we see her crash landed with the suit all beat to hell, meaning that she's not going to be able to return, I guess. Or maybe not. Maybe it can return. Honestly, this for me had an Iron Man feel to it. I don't know why. It just kind of did. Not really a lot to add here, though, so we'll just keep it moving, as they say. Of course, she reaches in and has her whole kit. I don't know what the hell all of this is. I know what the weapon is. She's got her comm badge, her communicator, I guess maybe her pregnancy pills over here, and then when she needs to shave, So really all the necessities that you would think in the battle that she had. So, I mean, all that really just makes sense to me. It got really weird towards the end of the 4th season. Andromeda, as soon as they got rid of the writer, I think it went downhill, like almost immediately. Reaching for that. And then, for some reason, they discuss how she's gone or how she's been by herself for about a year. This honestly has like a JJ verse feel to it, because that's what we saw with Spock. I also don't... And I feel like it's longer than a year because she goes through several different changes. And by the way, can I just say her makeup, oh man, it is on just par. This is just absolutely beautiful. So I mean, you know, she may not have all the supplies she needs. It doesn't look like she necessarily has like a ton of food or a ton of water or anything, but when it comes to makeups and the necessities, she's just on point with that, especially since she's not seeing anyone or talking to anyone. She's just staring at her communicator. I mean, this is dedication when you think about it. Maybe it's a cloning device. After all, if you don't have any food, it's okay to clone yourself for food. That is true. That is actually fact. It is ethical to clone yourself to eat yourself. I mean, that's just what we know. But yeah, so let's continue going through here. There's not going to be a ton to add like there was in the Picard series, just because I don't think that they've given us a lot. But the Picard series is a little further along, I think. All right, so then when we finally start getting somewhere, she is with Homeboy. For those who have watched, this guy was in the Short Treks. I believe that's the actor. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the actor from the Short Treks. When it comes to the actual Discovery itself, maybe not. But I think it is. For some reason, at this point, they're under attack. We don't know exactly what's going on. I don't know. I don't know what to make of that. I'm going to give it a couple of seconds. Is that the guy from the Short Trek? New old Space Jesus Burnham fighting patriarchy with quality makeup under stress. Yes, that is exactly right. At least 7 in Picard looks like she's embraced her humanity. Booker, I really think it's the actor. It looks a lot like the actor to me. Though that raises some questions, because when he finds the Discovery, because we know the Short Treks actually do tie in to the series. When he finds the Discovery, he has no idea what it is, nor the symbol. So him hanging out with her without seeing the symbol or anything is kind of weird. Next thing we see is something intriguing, and I'm not sure how I really feel about it. We have arm cannons, and it looks like it's Andorian led, while they do have others there. We majority see is the Andorians. And it's just... I don't know. I wonder if I'm being too nitpicky, if I'm being honest on this one specifically. Because when I see arm cannons, I don't necessarily think Star Trek. I'm just so used to everyone having like phasers or handheld weapons or things like that. You know? I don't know. Yeah, those are Andorians, aren't they? Yeah. All of them. Andorians got ugly. That's who they are. Don't you sit here. See, I'm going to sit here and look. If these are not Andorians, I'm going to be frustrated with you people. Hold on. Andorians. Yeah, those are Andorians. They don't look ugly. What the hell are you talking about? They look exactly like Andorians. Yeah, they do look like Mega Man Andorians. I do agree with that. That's my thing. I don't know. It's probably just a nitpick, and I'll admit that straight up. But it does not feel like Star Trek to me. Maybe that's just me being odd, I guess. We don't know who these people are, nor really do they have any identification when it comes to what they're wearing. The gray and beige is very Star Trek, so I'm glad they're going back to that. But whatever they're wearing across their Their chest almost gives me a Klingon-like feel, but there's no identification when it comes to them being Klingons or being a part of the Klingon Empire or anything of that nature. They're the new Romulans. What are you talking about? Klingons got a makeover. Romulans need one too. That's true. That's true. They are the new Romulans. I stand corrected. He uses some kind of ability that just sends them... Now, here's an intriguing scene. So this thing is going to knock them back, of course, but are they aiming it at each other? Because they have these weapons as well, and it's really hard just to tell what's going on. Of course, that's exactly what they're trying to do, but just not enough information. One of the things I absolutely cannot stand about this episode. They may just be sitting there waiting for him, too. But anyway, they get shot to hell. That's always a plus, though. Anytime we see Burnham getting hit, that's always a positive. Then we have them running. From everything we can tell, it would appear that they're being chased by the Andorians, by this group that seems to have a majority of Andorians. I don't think this is Andoria because of the landscape. It's way too green. Andoria, as we all know, is made of ice, and of course they would not make that mistake at all. Orc Klingons? Did Dr. Light send Andorians to capture the USS Discovery? Probably did. That's just fact, good friends. That's just fact. By the way, if you're watching this, 18 likes, 90 people watching, don't hit that like button. Don't be scared of it. It's more scared of you than you are of it. So we keep going. They're running, yada, yada, yada. They have a conversation that's intriguing. Again, this guy, he reminds me of the actor. Maybe he's not. He recognizes the symbol that's on her chest and surprises her that the Federation no longer exists. Now, this is 1,000 years in the future, which is, well, about 930 years in the future. They originally started... When was it? So, Star Trek Discovery Star Date. Timeline of Star Trek Discovery. If we go down... Star Trek Discovery started 2256 to 2257. And so if we take out our handy-dandy calculator, 2257 plus 930 years, 3187. And when does Star Trek Picard start? Star Trek Picard. It doesn't tell us. How about Nemesis? Let's go and take a look at when Nemesis happens. 2379. Minus 2379. So this is about still 800 years in the future. A lot of people are getting upset that they got rid or they seem to have diminished the Federation. So either the Federation or Starfleet is gone or it's diminished heavily. For me, I don't really get all that upset about it, if I'm being honest with you guys. It doesn't seem like that huge of a deal. It's an interesting take. And 800 years is a long time. Most things do not last that long. So, I don't see why people are getting too angry about it. I do think they're going to be doing a Star Trek Andromeda remake. And I don't necessarily hate that either. I'll be honest with you. Gene Roddenberry's Andromeda, as I've stated, I started at the top, I talked about this, was really a kind of a soft reboot or a reboot of what he wanted to do with Star Trek itself. So them exploring that this far in the future, I don't necessarily hate it. My only real concern is, as we said, it's 3187, so it's what, the 32nd century? That'd make that the 32nd century, right? We know Starfleet existed, at least some form of Starfleet existed into the 31st century. At a minimum, the 27th. So Starfleet or the Federation hasn't been gone all that long, relatively. So they need to be careful how they do this. Because while they could say that Starfleet and the Federation is gone, we're doing Andromeda, it hasn't been gone for a long time. there would still be races that could live that long and remember it. Or at least whatever form it took. You know what would make Discovery a better show? Giant, stompy robots. Well, they may have it, man. They may have it. 31st century is the temporal Cold War. Correct. That's why I'm saying, at a minimum, some form of the Federation existed from the 31st century. And so the 32nd century should have some remembrance of that. You can't say it's been gone 500 years, because it hasn't. So anyway, he's like, yeah, it's been gone, yada, yada. She seems surprised. I get the surprise, but from a logical standpoint, empires and governments don't generally last tens of thousands of years. The fact that the Dominion did is a testament to it. So the Federation not doing it, I can see. Mechagodzilla in Star Trek. Mechagodzilla mode. Then we have some footage with Saru and Tilly arriving. Not sure what that was about. At this point, she walks into an area that I don't know what this is or where they are or what it's supposed to be. I'm assuming this is some kind of ambassador suite or something. I don't think it's Starfleet headquarters or anything. He then says, effectively, I've been waiting for someone like you because the Federation's gone and we see the new Federation symbol. Katwalski took this new symbol to mean that the Federation or Starfleet had been diminished before it was destroyed or gone because we have less stars there. I don't think so. I think it's just a rebranding of what the United Federation of Planets had. They just redid the logo. Made it look a lot more sleek. I don't think it's reflective of any kind of disunity, any kind of civil war, or anything like that. This is where we start to see issues that we had with the original series, which is the Michael Burnham hero worship. And unfortunately, this trailer has all of the same feels when it comes to the worship of Michael Burnham that both season 1 and season 2 did. The ambassador, or whoever the hell the guy is over here on the right, consistently talks about how much Michael's needed and how he's glad that she's back and yada, yada, yada. My concern in that is that he could be speaking like from an overall. It's like, a Federation officer has returned or Starfleet has returned. And when he says you, he means the crew. But based on what Discovery has done in the past, I really think this is going to be a Michael Burnham love fest. Joel Flowers, I actually liked Star Trek Discovery. I know I'm in the minority. You're in the minority at least when it comes to YouTube, but if you like it, there's nothing wrong with that. By the way, there weren't 5 initial planets to my remembrance, I don't think. Maybe. We had Vulcans, humans, Andorians, and Tellarites. I don't think there was anybody else. Those were the 4 founding members. I'm almost 100% positive on that. There's no way the Federation should be diminished. This should be taken if it's thousands of years into the future. That means Voyager made it back with the Borg technology. It's about anywhere from about 600 to 700 years past Star Trek Picard. So it's 1,000 years from Discovery's point of view, but it's only 600 to 700 years from Star Trek Picard. That is enough time for a government to be destroyed. Lore, the guy in Short Treks, is Aldous Hodge. This guy is David Ajala. Okay. I stand corrected. I mean, it didn't make any sense. Alpha Centauri was not a founding member. I'd bet you money on it. Because I have went through the canon. We've never seen Tellarite ships. Yeah, we did. We've seen Tellarite ships. We have indeed. I'm almost 100% sure we have. I'm a little torn on Discovery. There's some episodes I really love that make me truly nostalgic for Trek, but there's also just so many bad. Well, there's only a handful that I like that make me feel nostalgic for Trek. But if you like it, that's good. So anyway, we got, oh my God, you're my only hope, Obi-Wan, right here. And then she's freaking out. She's like, oh my God. 930 years from home. Then we have what appears to be the Trill and the Trill homeworld. Yeah. Then we have actual Trill, which, again, going back to a lot of people who get upset about the Klingons, these Trill look nothing like the TNG Trill, and these are the accepted real Trill versus what happened in TNG. So, there's that. We have the Discovery, which does look like it's had some modifications to it. I don't know if maybe it's just updated CGI, but it would make sense after being damaged so much if they somehow fixed the issues they had. I don't know. And it could be just me, but I have to agree with Ketwalski. I think there has been some upgrades to it. So I'm not 100% on it. We have seen the Federation days from being toppled a couple of times. Sure. What if Insane Way bringing back Borg tech planted the seeds that would eventually destroy the Federation? You know, I could see that. Or her going back in time and doing what she did. Well, Daniel said the Federation was gone in his time, so this part isn't surprising. No, en contraire, Jonathan Stevie. He never at any point actually said the Federation or Starfleet was destroyed. There are actually 2 points to that. First off, he said some version of it, or he alluded that Starfleet was there, but it had changed. Additionally, when Archer was taken back to his time in the 31st century, Earth still had the Starfleet emblem and the Federation emblem. Wolfbane, I didn't mean to hit hide. I meant to hit show. So if you want to redo that, I'll hit show. So I'm not convinced that it would have been destroyed. The wording on that was very explicitly vague. Why does everyone call Spock Mr. despite being an officer in TOS? Because it is supposed to be, because you call everyone Mr. It's supposed to, I assume that's what you did in the military. Where's the Enterprise, Jay? Probably destroyed, good friend. Most likely. It's most likely dead. All right, by the way, guys, if you're liking this, 41 likes, 115 viewers, hit that like button. Don't be scared of it. Don't forget to check me at twitch.tv/Lore Reloaded, as well as twitter.com/Lore Reloaded. Mick Dudd says that's why we fat shame. I'm not sure what the hell you're talking about there. While that'd be a neat idea, I don't think they'll have canonically say Janeway did a bad because Voyager does have its own significant fan base. I mean, I'm joking. I don't think they do that. Spock was an officer, so I don't know what that's about. All right. Then we have, of course, Girl Power, where they're hugging and meeting each other. Tilly's beautiful, by the way. I don't know what the hell y'all are talking about. We got the Bridge Bunnies doing their thing. We got the Doctor, who now looks old for some reason. Whatever. Walking around looking weird. Then we have an interesting scene right here, and I'm not 100% sure what to make of it. We have some figure pointing what looks to be like a gun, but no one's reacting to it in a negative way. So I'm not completely sure why or how or where this fits in. Again, this is like the first trailer with Picard where we just don't have a lot of information. So would Dunham fall in love with Lore if she chased him? Dunham. I don't know who Dunham is. Spock and McCoy were Kirk's friends. They could call him Jim. Sure. That is accurate. You did well. I agree. I can't like twice. Well, that's unfortunate, Legendary. Please understand, jumping past all known lore of Star Trek that exists, it is a bad robot way to usurp all of it and make their own lore, to which is the goal. Maybe. There's still lore that they have to respect, and I don't necessarily hate that they did it. Getting flung to the 32nd century was what they should have done in the first place. Or just start there. This one, the cat behind me is named Pumpkin by my daughter. I bet you can't guess why. It looks like Tilly is raising her hands. I disagree. See, when you move it forward, well, yeah, they both look surprised, don't they? So, it's kind of weird, I'll agree. I don't know. But I'm not sure why they have a stormtrooper aiming a weapon either, as you can tell in the garb right here. I think, to be honest, this is the timeline they should have started with in the first place. Yes. Mr. is an officer slang from the Royal Navy. Okay. Next place we have is, of course, the Indomitable. Michael Burnham just beating the living hell out of whoever they're being chased by. Then you have Georgiou, who's fighting other people. Now, here's an intriguing piece to this. It could just be me, but these uniforms seem vaguely Starfleetish. So I wonder if there's something to that. Now, that could just be me. They are attempting to put Starfleet iconography in quite a few places. Like Picard, the jacket that Picard wears is so similar to his uniform in Nemesis. And that's obviously done on purpose. You know? They're obviously trying to get something out of it. Stormtrooper Marksman Academy, you say. Something could easily happen between the future seen in Enterprise to the future in Discovery. I don't mind the idea of doing Andromeda. Okay. Being on this show contributes to rapid aging. And on top of that, where was Section 31? Isn't their job to make sure the Federation doesn't get diminished or dismantled? I mean, it's possible that they failed. It's possible that they weren't able to make it through. You know? All right, here we go. Then we see random person who's going to be new, I guess, working. She doesn't appear to be an officer. But this goes back to the Starfleet thing. So let me do this. Let me see if I can do this. You guys still see the same thing. Whoops. Control Z. Give me a second. Wait for it. No. This is probably going to mess with you guys. Yeah, that's what I thought. So looking at what she has on here, I am not 100% sure what's going on. But this honestly has either a Terran, a Mirror Universe Terran Empire feel, or it reminds me of the Race in Year of Hell. But this is obviously a uniformed person for some empire. And I don't know if maybe this is the bad guys or this is whatever the remnants of Starfleet or the Federation would be. By the way, if you guys are Ketwalski fans, I love Ketwalski. He's awesome, so don't take this wrong. The Federation and Starfleet, he says that they're different entities. That would be like calling the United States and then the United States Army different entities. While technically, yes, one can't exist without the other. The United States, in theory, could exist without the United States Army, but the United States Army could not exist without the United States. It's literally an arm of the United States. Starfleet is the scientific and military branch of the Federation. Should the Federation fall, the Starfleet, in the form that it is that we know it, would fall as well. It might turn into its own military dictatorship. They might continue going off and be a remnant, but they would not be the Starfleet that we are aware of. I love Ketwalski to death, but he was inaccurate on that one. And he's welcome to debate me on that if he'd like. If you haven't checked him, check him out at Ketwalski. He's a really good channel. Crinum. Yeah, it looks like the Crinum to me. It really does. Discovery has the same root problem the Enterprise had. It's a prequel. Starfleet is an arm of the Federation. That is accurate, Armigdud. That is absolutely accurate. But it's Section 30, going back to talking about why didn't Section 31 save them. It's Section 31. It's literally their job. When you see Section 31, they're supposed to be better than the Obsidian Order, the Tal Shiar, and any spy organization. Well, they could still fail. Could it be the Commonwealth of Planets? Definitely. I don't know that they call themselves the Commonwealth. I think that'd be very, very brazen. If they decided to, if they decided to go Andromeda, if they called Starfleet or the Federation the Commonwealth, that would be brazen, in my opinion. But I don't know. We don't have enough information. All right, then we see these guys appearing again. We see more Tellarites than anything else. But here's an interesting piece to this. A very, very interesting piece. And let me see something. Hold on. They're diverse. They're humans. They're Tellarites. It looks like to the left we have we have Andorians, Tellarites, Morn's race, and behind there, maybe not, but my God, that looks almost like a Cardassian. So I do wonder if these guys are like some form of the remnant of Starfleet. It's diverse enough. By the way, the actor who plays the acting captain said in an interview he does not know what will become of his position aboard the ship. Mentioned the Federation a few times. It seems that some of them form exist. Okay. That's Morn's race. I don't think it's Morn. I'm surprised that they would have this. Honestly, his race talks too much. So, I don't know. You know, they're talkers, every one of them. I don't know if he's Cardassian or not. That would be some stuff. I can't make it any higher. Yeah, and that makes it absolutely useless. Looks Cardassian, though. He really does. Though, look at the edges of his face. Could that be a Jim Hadar? What if that's a Jim Hadar? How crazy would that be? Like a freed Jim Hadar. What talks too much? The Lurians talk too much. They're well known for it. I mean, you saw it in Morn. It was one of the worst parts of Deep Space Nine. They gave him way too much dialogue. Morn, oh my God, I couldn't stand it. Worst character on the face of the earth. I think it would be cool, and I could really get behind if they decided to make, give me a second, guys. If they decided to make this the remnants of the Federation, but it had all of these races. Like you had Cardassians had been a part of Starfleet, Tholians, humans, Andorians, Lurians, and for whatever reason, the Federation falls or is just dismantled, and there's still remnants of them fighting together. I think that would be extremely interesting. I would really get behind that. Yeah, I think they've nailed it. A Jim Hadar named Hugh. I think that's really where they went with it. Give me a second, guys. Sorry. Hold on. Wait for it. Dang it. I want my Philly cheesesteak. Star Trek Online had the Cardassians on the way to the Federation membership. Yeah, I mean, it could make sense. I do think that Star Trek Online, they're trying to really mix and match Star Trek Online so that playing Star Trek Online is like New Trek. I really think they are going that way. So we see them getting fired at. Then we have Saru, who I think is just exceptional when it comes to the speeches they give him. I really think Saru should be the captain. I honestly do. But they're saying that they're saying that he's saying that, Discovery is going to bring back hope and yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. But he should be the captain. He should save the captain. Then we have some kind of firefight here. And they're running for their lives because, of course, they are. Then we have this character. I'm not a fan of the Empress because I'm not a fan of how she came about, and I'm not a fan that she's here because I really think that it was very poor writing that got her here. Her character type and what they're going for could be very interesting. We know she has a spin-off, so she is going to make an impact here somehow for her spin-off. She's actually going to be a part of or head of Section 31 in the 32nd century. But when it comes to who or what she's going to do, I don't know. I have a question. If it's from Russia and has been... I have a question. It's from Russia, has been diminished, then why hasn't the Romulan Star Empire invaded? Where are the Klingons? Where are the Cardassians? I don't understand your question. Didn't Bryan Singer pitch this exact Star Trek show like 15 years ago? I have no idea. I said Lurian. At no point did I say El-Orion. I said Lurian. I did not say El-Orion at any point. What? You don't like literally Space Hitler's unfair redemption arc? There was no redemption arc at all. Which is part of my problem with her. If she had a redemption arc, it might be interesting. Of course, then we have female space Jesus confused. Who's behind her? So there's another new person behind her, not wearing a Starfleet uniform. Then they're under attack, of course. You have Georgiou getting attacked. The new and improved Discovery appears. Ketwalski says he thinks it's different. I do too, but not by a lot. I think they would have just had minor modifications. Lorian, a whole race of lore reloaded. That's true. The writing has been a special nightmare since the beginning of the Kelvin universe. Discovery is just the next horrible. I think the writing has been pretty bad. Space Ninja, beam in. Hello there. Big fan of the lore reloaded here, but first time in one of your live chats. Well, I knew you were going to be here, Space Ninja, so that's why I did this. For you, buddy. For you. Burnham looks silly with braids. I don't know. I'm going to level with you. I think Michael Burnham, I think she's hot in this trailer. She is exceptionally attractive to me. But I honestly find women with braids attractive. So it's a minor refit. Lorca was Space Hitler. Empress is Space Himmler. No. Reverse that. Empress was way worse than Lorca ever would be. Space Empress may have been... Lorca would have been Himmler. Space Empress would have been Hitler. Absolutely. So, yeah, I think she's, exceptionally beautiful. Then we have her back without her braids. I'm thinking this is probably towards the end of the first episode or second episode where after figuring out who they were being attacked by and everything, she even says, I'm going to go back and make it what's right. This, again, is the writing that concerns me because are we going back to just hero worship of Burnham? Is that what we're doing? Because when we do ensembles, we do exceptionally well. Not exceptionally well. We do a lot better. But when we do just Burnham, we don't do well. And that's Discovery Season 3. Fantastic. I know. It's just awesome sauce. Awesome sauce. I know you guys love it. So yeah, that was that. There's not really a whole lot here to it. It's really brief. This look is like I'm getting it on to fix it. Okay. Burnham cannot hold her own solo act. I disagree. I like Burnham. I like the actress. I don't like Burnham. I like the actress. I think she did exceptionally well in The Walking Dead. I think she's all right here. To me, Discovery feels like a comic book. Quote unquote, love it. Earth Force versus Starfleet. Well, there you go, immortal super being. Star Trek Andromeda. That's where I was going with it, Bad Wolf. I'm pretty sure Burnham had a portrait commissioned of herself slowly choking Gene Roddenberry to death. So I'm pretty sure. Okay, I'm assuming you're not meaning Burnham. I'm pretty sure someone had a portrait commissioned of themselves choking Gene Roddenberry to death so they could hang it over their bed. Who the hell is doing that? I'm only on season 1, episode 10. Is it worth continuing? If you intend to watch season 3, then you definitely should go through it. I would suggest binging it if you're on CBS All Access in the free week, just so you don't have to pay with it. I joined just because I saw Lore Reloaded was live. Keep at it. Well, I'm here for you, NT Authority. I will keep at it, buddy. I think the problem was taking an amazing actress and telling her not to act for most of season 1 due to the Vulcan attitude. I'd somewhat agree with that. Being a Vulcan is exceptionally hard to play because they're not just like stone walled. They're not just like all logic doesn't make any sense. And then you're saying, hey, you're human and Vulcan. Yeah, it's going to be almost impossible to play. As for Michael Burnham when she has long hair, yeah, I don't like what she does personally. I'm sure she cares about what I find attractive on her, but I don't like when she does the last look we had where it's like just this crew cut or whatever. I don't really like that, but man, if she has her hair like out like that or she's wearing dreadlocks, she is amazingly beautiful. I really find that actress an attractive woman. I would suggest that Lore Reloaded is awesome. Thank you. I am awesome. I appreciate that. Quick question. You said you wish for the Picard show was more modern Star Trek instead of the original series. What is modern? The rehash of the original series, less than 10 years old. No, buddy. No, Raw666. I know you keep trying to get around that, buddy. But no, the original series where we actually saw the class of ship that I was talking about, that's over 50 years, my good friend. When I say modern, I'm talking about, yes, TNG DS9, which was 20 some years ago or something, but it's more modern than that ship that they used. I mean, it's cute that you keep trying to get around that, but we both know. We both know there. Hi, Laura. How's it going? Going well, Multi-Gun Man. Hope it's going well with you. Discovery, the O-Birth of the pre-TOS Retcon era. Just for confirmation, her character was never in Starfleet or took the training. No, Michael Burnham was in Starfleet. She actually was the second in command, executive officer. She held the rank of, what was it? Was it lieutenant commander, I think? She then lost her commission when she committed mutiny, even though mutiny didn't happen there in that time because we know to the original series, but whatever. And then was recommissioned and gained her officership back. Human-Vulcan hybrid. Nimoy did it. Okay. You know what might be interesting? Playing up the Discovery, going from a cutting-edge ship to an incredibly outdated. That's going to be another interesting one. They're going to have to find a way to make the ship not outdated for it to work. Cheers. Love your vids, mate. I just write my own Dominion War fiction to express my own experiences of conflict instead of watching more. Go catharsis. Well, hey, if you like it, AMW, I'm with you. Dude, Star Trek Phase 2 and Star Trek continues to do an amazing job with the continuing of the original series story. Sure. Can you define the word retcon? The word retcon. Well, let's look up what retcon means and see if we agree on it. Retcon definition. In a film, television series, or other fictional work, a piece of new information that imposes a different interpretation on previously described events, typically used to facilitate a dramatic plot shift or account for an inconsistency. The verb of it is revise retrospectively, typically by introducing a piece of new information that imposes a different interpretation on previously described events. I would definitely say that is what a retcon is, when you have something that overwrites what occurred before. So if you retcon something, you take either a new interpretation or you change it completely. Since Star Trek ships are modular... No, good sir. No, good sir. So, I see what you're saying. Let me rephrase that. Raw66. Since Star Trek ships are modular, Starfleet ships are modular. I don't know that all Star Trek ships are modular, but Starfleet are. Comes the question how far you can upgrade the Discovery. In theory, if they stay modular like they were, you could almost upgrade it for as long as you have parts that work together. The ship is automatically outdated in the wrong time and century period. I would agree with that, Carlos. Any problems with Discovery being outdated can be fixed between episodes with a minor refit. That is true. Talk to you later, Swag420. Thanks for coming by, guys. By the way, 133 people watching this, 69 likes. Hit that like button. Don't be scared of it. It's more scared of you than you are of it. Don't worry. Just stroke it. Just stroke it. Correction. What would be interesting is if the Spore Drive destroyed all of the universe. Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do with the Spore Drive or if it's still going to exist. In theory, it's still operational and still works. I do think that they should probably find a way to get rid of it. I hate the Spore Drive. It breaks everything. That's the ultimate retcon. I bet she turned the phone off. Watch. Answer it. Sad. Sad day was had by all. I want my Philly cheese. I did say 69. At Lore Reloaded, I definitely agree with your assessment, Lore. I will watch season 3 to see where it leads. I'm deeply worried. We'll see where it goes. I'm staying hopeful. I mean, the concept they have is interesting, and I don't think it out and out breaks anything. So we're not impacting continuity. We're writing our own. We're starting anew, and it's an interesting concept. One that's done, a little cliche, but an interesting concept. And I think it goes to what Gene wanted. So I think that's kind of interesting. How many discoveries would it take to destroy DS9? An epic S-ton? Since you're looking at 23rd century, 22nd century tech, 23rd century tech versus 24th century. Don't forget they have all the archive data aboard Discovery to sift through. That is true. Area Bullet helping out the channel. Here's some Count de Monet. Thank you so much. As you guys know, the only way I keep this place running is through the love and the support of viewers like you, super chats and things of that nature. Thank you so much. Truly appreciated. I have a question. What if Earth was destroyed? How would it affect the Federation? Well, apparently, if they destroy Earth, that's the ball game. Somehow. Earth being destroyed somehow just completely destroys the entire Federation. We've seen that multiple times. I'm not sure why. It is the capital, so I think it would have a deep impact, but it, in theory, shouldn't hurt or devastate the Federation. You would think. Good evening, James. I have thought a lot of fans never wanted a prequel series from now on because Discovery is so far in the future. The Picard series is now a prequel series. See what you did there? We should do a video complaining about that. What would a new Discovery-esque series, Dominion War, look like? Probably a lot more explosions, a lot more agenda and bias that isn't subtle or trying to tell a story, if I had to guess. What do you think about the phasers the Andorians had in the Season 3 trailer? We discussed that. I don't know that those are phasers, but whatever the hell they are, the arm cannons, Mega Man's Star Trek edition, is kind of weird. I agree. I'm still confused. Did Control get destroyed at the end of Season 2, or did it get sent somewhere in time? It got destroyed. It's just to check out that sexy, sexy lore hair. Well, good, Ariel. I'm here for you, buddy. I am here for you. That'd be an interesting angle, the decay of the Federation post the death of Earth. If they destroy Earth, that would be pretty brave, I think. I don't think they will. Just because it's Earth, it's where we live, and a lot of people get upset about it. I don't know. Again, there's not enough here to know anything. I honestly feel lied to when it comes to Star Trek Discovery, so it's hard. Anything when it comes to Star Trek is hard to get excited about because I just expect them to continue lying like they did historically. But I think that both this angle, this trailer, and the Picard trailer has a lot of positives and has a lot of interesting aspects to it. So I think they have the potential to do really well. What if Michael Burnham was species 8472? I mean, that's just confirmed. She is species 8472. Do you think the UFP will ever move the capital off Earth? I assume they will as they spread to the Gamma and Delta Quadrant. Probably not. The humans were central to the bringing together. So, well, if we're talking Andromeda, what also happened after the death of the Empire? That also happened after the death of the Empire. Earth wasn't destroyed in Andromeda, I don't think. They tried to liberate it, in fact. Yeah, but if Earth does get destroyed, humans would still live. We have too many planets outside like Risa and others. Sure, but people would get upset because... No, I mean, I'm talking about in the real world, we all live on Earth. And so we have a connection to the planet. That's generally why they don't destroy it. Or it doesn't do well when it's destroyed. Revised inquiry. Burnham's character came directly from Vulcan. As seen, she came aboard her former captain's ship. She wasn't wearing a Starfleet cadet uniform, but Vulcan attire. Okay. I don't disagree with that. But she joined Starfleet. Risa isn't a human colony. Okay. Should there be temporal agents be running around during this time? You know, we may actually see them. I don't know. Hello, managed to actually catch you live again. Can't stay long, but thought I would say hi to everyone and listen for a while I can. Hey, Turbo, we won't be on long. I haven't seen you in a while, Turbo. Hope everything's doing well, buddy. Yes, in Andromeda Ascendant, the Earth was destroyed. I don't know. I think you're crazy. Hold on, let's find out. Let's find out together. Andromeda, Earth. Andromeda television series, Earth. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba. Earth, Andromeda Wiki. Fandom. Was it destroyed? Was it destroyed? Earth was eventually liberated when the dragons were weakened, but the spirit of the abyss destroyed them. Oh, F off. That's why I don't know about it, because I didn't remember it, because the spirit of the abyss is stupid. It's a stupid idea with stupid people who do stupid things. It was conquered by the Nietzscheans, and I thought it was liberated, but it was then destroyed. Yeah, it ultimately was destroyed, apparently, by the spirit of the abyss. This is why that show is just stupid. I just can't believe they do stupid things. It makes Discovery look good, is what it does. The Earth wasn't destroyed in Andromeda. The capital of the Commonwealth was. Yeah, it was destroyed. What was the deal with warp speed at the end of TNG? Something about hurting space beings. That wasn't at the end of TNG. That was the run of TNG. They were trying to do this whole eco thing. So using warp above warp 4, I believe, actually damages space. It causes rips in subspace, so you're technically not supposed to be able to run past it. They actually dropped that in later TNG seasons, and we never hear about it in Deep Space Nine. Nor Voyager, nor Enterprise, or Discovery. Yeah, they really dropped it after TNG. I mean, the argument is, at least for later TNG and DS9, they began building their ships in a way that didn't cause subspace damage. I still listen to audio-only rips of all your shows, just don't catch you live very often. Oh, cool. Didn't they explain that in Voyager with the directional pylons? Yeah, that's what I was saying. Boy, do sci-fi writers hate Earth. It always gets destroyed. They always put it in peril, but again, that's just kind of the cliche, because we all live here. So we're all like, please don't destroy my planet. But yeah, that's stupid. I hated that. I hated the end of the... I hated the last couple of seasons. I forget who the name of the writer was, but there was a writer that really was the mainstay of the show. He left, and that's when it got bad. He actually wrote a ending to the show, though, and you should look that up. Because the way he ends it, I think, was perfect. You could see that he was already setting everything in motion. You could see where they were going with the arcs and stuff, and he just does it really well. I would honestly, and this is one of the times that I do this, instead of watching the show, watch it until he leaves and then read how he would have ended it. Warp 5. Okay, so it was in season... By the way, JM, thank you so much for supporting the channel. JJMFDL. Because I am assuming you saw the cat. Yeah, here's some for the kitty. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Have you seen how hard it is to be published? Destroying Earth is just decades of repression working themselves out. Yeah, that could be it. Her commission of rank came and time spent aboard the ship with her captain as mentor. So she really never spent time in the... Yes, Carlos! Yes, the dialogue. By the way, thank you so much, Say Reynolds and JJMFTL, helping out the channel. Holla holla get dollar. I'm really all about that. You know, I can scream and I'll cream for some of that... I don't know where I was going with that. She had a commission. She actually went through the academy. The dialogue points it out. It does. I don't really know what to say to that. The good thing about this new Discovery season was at least we know Earth was never assimilated. Well, we don't know that. We don't know what happened to Earth. Maybe it was. Would you watch a temporal trek or time trek series? I mean, I would watch any trek series that come out. Would I like it? I don't know about all that. Maybe. It depends on where they go with it. For that ice cream. So what is it? I'm not even going to say it. Will you do other war series of sci-fi shows, games, and books like the Reaper War and Mass Effect? I have a couple of Mass Effect breakdowns. I'm trying to do more. It's just I have to be careful how I branch out because, again, Trek is how I make all my money. So, have you done anything on Earth Final Conflict? I haven't. Here's $5 for putting up with my sarcasm, says Snowy Hair. Well, thank you, Snowy Hair. You know I love you, baby. I'd do anything for you. I know you did it for Andromeda and Babylon 5 already. I meant, will you expand? Yeah, I mean, I want to do all of the lore for all kinds. And I actually have more than just Babylon 5 and Battlestar Galactica. You just got to go back. I have Orville. I have Mass Effect. I have StarCraft. StarCraft was one of the first science fiction that I did. If everyone has replicators, why are there cargo ships? What is worth trading? There are some things that are not replicatable, at least as far as we know from the TNG series. Additionally, not everybody has replicators. First season of Andromeda is rough, but it gets better. I like the first season. There was some dialogue that didn't make any sense. It's like you have caught the wind, now you'll reap the whirlwind, or some stupid dialogue like that. But beyond the dialogue issues, I don't necessarily hate it. By the way, guys, don't forget to hit that like button. 88 people watching, 148 people watching, 88 likes. Additionally, check me at twitter.com/LoreReloaded, twitch.tv/LoreReloaded. Oh, Rebecca Mickley. Yay. That's really cool. I should have known that from Snowy Hair. Rebecca Mickley is a really cool person who has an awesome set of books and is an author that I absolutely love to death. And if you guys haven't, check this out, Amazon.com. Now, first off, let me go ahead and get this out of the way. Originally, the way I met Rebecca was she was a sponsor for the channel. She wanted me to promote her book. I actually read it and went through it to make sure there wasn't anything that would be a deal breaker on my side. It was actually really well done. I went ahead and sponsored her, she went ahead and sponsored me, and I did it. But at this moment, we don't have any deals or agreements, so this is just me doing it. I just want to let you know that she has been a sponsor in the past. There's her book right there, or there's her with her books. I love that series. I mean, if you guys like reading and you like science fiction and everything, check her out. Go look at those books. You are married. I'm not married. No, I haven't been married for 1 or 2 years or more. No, over 2 years now. Yeah, I think. It's been a while. Feels like forever. You have sown the wind. You will now reap the whirlwind. Yeah, that is dumb dialogue. I cannot stand that. And I'm not married, no. You know it's not likes, but views that determine money, don't you? Charles Ryan Lee, it actually all comes together, good buddy. Beyond my ego, which I just love likes. It just fuels my ego, and it's all about me. But beyond that, it actually all feeds together. The people who like and comment means that the videos or the live streams will be shown to more people, even people who aren't subscribed, who will then watch it and continue to like and comment. So it all feeds into itself. While yes, in theory, it is the views and the longevity. It's not just you're watching it, but how long you watch it is based for the ads and the ad money that comes in, but it all comes back together. Well, the boss showed up, so I got to go. See y'all next time. See you later, Benny Hooker. Time for Daniels to finally put right what once went wrong by getting rid of Burnham. I don't think that's going to happen, good friend. Farscape is pretty good. Rewatch. I've never really gotten into Farscape. It's been pretty hard for me to do so. And I can say that definitively, I can say that where was I going? I read what someone else said. Farscape is hard to get into, and I haven't really watched it from end to end, and it's hard to understand. And so I'm definitively not going to be doing any breakdowns on it anytime soon. So your girlfriend is out getting sandwiches. She is, in fact, not out getting sandwiches because I was not able to get a hold of her, alas. So, you know, hold on. Maybe we can right here, though. Raw666, well, I have to leave. Good night and keep on doing what you love. Thank you, Raw666. Always enjoy talking to you, buddy. It's never a negative thing. I actually do have Firefly. I've done Firefly breakdowns. I want to do more Firefly breakdowns, too. Do you know anything about the Dune ships, how powerful they are? I don't. I've never really gotten into Dune. I gotta be honest with you. Hey, we're live. Okay.
Hello?
Hi, we're live. They can hear you.
Wonderful.
Yeah, can I get a Philly cheesesteak?
Sure.
Okay, well, you say that, but are you actually going to bring me one?
I'll Uber you one.
You won't. I'm calling your bluff. You won't do it. Hey, look, we'll read this live. I want to see what you think. So Ariel Ballet gave $10, says, enjoyed your ad you made, was fun, and hope you make more in the future. Like it. What do you think about that? How do you feel about that?
Me?
Yeah. Who else am I talking to?
I don't know.
This is the worst Christmas ever. All right, I'm going to let you go.
Okay.
What do you want to say to the people before I get off?
Oh,
You don't know? Don't call you when I'm live. Is that what you want to say to the people?
I'm not saying anything.
Okay. I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye. She's not a fan of that. I know I'm going off topic from the title, but did you notice the Halo Assault Rifle 7 of 9 was using in the new trailer? It didn't look like a Halo Assault Rifle. I did notice she was dual-wielding them. Hey, man, I appreciate your videos. They are top quality. Well, I'm glad you like them, Aaron. Yeah, they didn't look like Halo to me. It was silly. One of the reasons I didn't bring it up. The Halloween Christmas will be ours. Can we get a video of you eating that cheesesteak? Maybe. What's going on? What's your cat's name? Pumpkin is named by my daughter. Nukes are cool weapons in fiction. Okay. Sure. With 13 episodes of Firefly, it's kind of difficult to do reviews on it. There's a lot of information, though. They did really just excellent story building in that. And so I think there is a lot there. Stargate has some good... I've done some Stargate breakdowns. I want to do more. Farscape is really the only one that I've kind of stepped back and said I'm not completely positive about. You know? All right, guys, we're going to be ending this very shortly. So anything else before we head out? Dang, you are rather aggressive with your tone with her. Mine snaps back if I use that kind of tone with my woman, or maybe she settles the score off camera. I didn't think I was all that mean. But I'll probably be killed in my sleep. I mean, that's not, not unlikely. Yeah, actually it was, my daughter who named, him that, and I bet you can guess why. Really enjoy your foray into BSG lately. Well, I'm glad you enjoy it. There's more to come out. I will be doing Space Above and Beyond. Hope she doesn't take too long with the food. You have been on for an hour now. She's in Florida, so that's going to be a hell of a trip. Will you be doing in-depth reviews of the new Picard series like you have the TNG and DS9? I will, as well as Star Trek Discovery. Lore Reloaded equals a basic white girl? Okay. All right, guys. I guess that's where we're going to end it. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Tomorrow, I may not have a video out. I'm actually got a new type of video coming. that has a lot of editing to it. So I'm kind of excited about that. I hope you guys enjoy it. I guess we will see. And I'll see you on the next Lore Reloaded.